Okay, let's dive right into this. I want you to think about something. What if your digital assistant wasn't just a voice coming out of a speaker? What if it was a presence, someone who could actually be with you everywhere you go? We all have them. The voice assistants on our phones, our smart speakers, the chatbots that pop up on websites. They're incredibly powerful, right? They can search the entire internet in a split second. And yet, talking to them just feels, well, clunky. It feels unnatural.
It's a great question, isn't it? We've got AI that can compose music and write code, but trying to have a normal conversation with one can feel like talking to a brick wall. There's just this giant piece of the communication puzzle that is completely missing. And here's why. Some research suggests that up to 90%, that's 90, of all our communication is nonverbal. Think about it. It's the raised eyebrow, the little nod of understanding, the way you use your hands to make a point. It's all the stuff our current assistants just can't do. And this slide just lays it out perfectly. On one side, you have us, human beings. Our conversations are rich, they're full of context, and they're packed with all those nonverbal cues. But then you look at the other side, at current AI chat. It's just text. It's stateless, which means it forgets what you said 2 seconds ago. And the whole thing just feels robotic because it's missing all that life, all that nuance. But here's the fascinating part. We are so close to solving this. Seriously. Most of the technological puzzle pieces we need to create a truly believable, interactive digital human, they're already on the table. First piece of the puzzle, the brain. And honestly, this part is pretty much solved, thanks to large language models like GPT-4. These things have been trained on just an insane amount of data, which lets them understand what we're saying, remember context, and even reason through things. So the brain is ready to go. Okay, next up, the voice. This is another one that's just come so far. Thanks to services like 11 Labs, text-to-speech engines can now create voices that are pretty much indistinguishable from a real person, with real emotion and inflection. So let's check that box. The voice is also ready. And finally, the face. With real-time CGI technology, like MetaHuman from Epic Games, we can now render these incredibly photorealistic human faces on our own devices in real time. So the appearance piece is solved too, which brings us to the really crucial question. If we have the brain, and we have the voice, and we have the face, what's stopping us? What's the final critical piece of this puzzle that's holding us back from having these truly natural digital companions? Well, the answer, and this is the single biggest bottleneck right now, is motion. It's not about what they look or sound like, it's about how they move. And to be more specific, it's about generating natural, real-time body language. The gestures, the facial expressions, all of it perfectly synchronized with what they're saying, feeling, and the context of the conversation. This is the final incredibly difficult mountain to climb. And it's so hard because it isn't just about random movement. The gestures have to actually match the meaning of the words, that's semantic synthesis. The animation has to be driven by real emotion. It all has to happen instantly. We're talking less than 100 milliseconds of lag. And it needs to have a consistent personality and style over time. That is a massive technical challenge. So how in the world do we solve this huge motion problem? Well, there's a new platform that's aiming to do exactly that. And in the process, it might just completely change how we interact with AI forever. It's called OpenHuman.ai. So what is it? Well, OpenHuman is basically the world's first open platform built for this exact purpose. It provides the core AI engine that generates all that missing motion, and then it creates an entire ecosystem so that anyone can build, share, and use these new digital humans. And what's really interesting is how this just fundamentally flips the script. Look at this table. The old way of doing things required a massive team, it was a closed system, and the character you made was stuck on one platform. But now look at the OpenHuman.ai column. It's built for individual creators, it's distributed through an open marketplace, and it's portable across all your devices. This is basically the democratization of this tech. Honestly, the best way to think about it is an app store. Simple as that. But instead of downloading apps, you're choosing interactive AI companions. It's a really simple but powerful way to understand the whole model. So the ecosystem has these 3 simple layers. First, the OpenHuman platform provides all the infrastructure, kind of like building the roads and providing the engines. Then, creators come in and use those tools to build their own unique digital humans. So they're building the cars. And finally, you, the user, can go to the marketplace and pick out any car you want to drive.
And the platform is really built to empower those creators. I mean, look at this revenue split. By giving them anywhere from 70 to 85% of the money, it creates this huge incentive for artists, for writers, for developers to come and build their wildest ideas. And that's what's going to fuel this entire ecosystem.
Okay, so that's the tech, that's the business model. But what does this actually look like in real life? How does a persistent, embodied AI companion actually change your day? Well, let's just walk through a hypothetical day. So you wake up and your smart mirror comes to life. Your companion is right there, already reminding you about your schedule. It has context. It knows what your day looks like. Then you get in the car and it seamlessly transfers over to the car's display. It's the same personality, the same companion, with all the same memories, now giving you info that's relevant to your commute. Later on, maybe you stop at a supermarket, you log into a public kiosk, and there's your companion, popping up, remembering a conversation you had earlier and using your location to give you a genuinely helpful tip. This is what we mean by ubiquitous. And finally, you're getting into bed, and it's there on your phone, setting your alarm. It has been this persistent, helpful, context-aware presence from the second you woke up to the moment you go to sleep. I mean, the vision is undeniably incredible, right? A truly helpful companion that just gets you and makes life easier. But as this future gets closer, it forces us to ask some really big questions. What does it mean for our privacy when one single AI has a record of our entire day, from our bedroom mirror to the supermarket? How do we make sure these companions are built to be helpful and not, manipulative? The potential here is absolutely immense, but so is the need for us to be really, really careful. So the final question isn't just if we can build this, but how we should. And that's the real conversation that's just getting started.